Tell us a little bit more about what the alliance is discussing.
Well, this is obviously coming in the shadow of that shelling of Europe's largest nuclear plant this morning. The NATO foreign ministers are discussing basically next steps, what they're going to do to secure NATO's eastern border. I think we may have an announcement about new troop deployments over to NATO's east today. They may discuss this idea of a no-fly zone, but we again heard, as ministers were arriving today, that still is really a non-starter because it does risk a war between NATO and Ukraine, which could, of course, have catastrophic consequences. As you were mentioning, Antony Blinken from the U.S. is there today. Also, notably, Sweden and Finland are taking place in this NATO meeting this morning, all because they're equally concerned, even though they're not NATO members, they're equally concerned about what's going on right next to them in Russia.
Yeah, and Dave, coming up a bit later, EU foreign ministers will be meeting on Russia, with foreign ministers also invited from Ukraine, the US, and the UK.
Exactly. I mean, in a lot of ways, the meeting of EU foreign ministers this afternoon is a continuation of the NATO meeting this morning. It's getting increasingly hard to tell them apart. The EU is participating in that NATO meeting this morning, and NATO is participating in the EU meeting in the afternoon. And as you mentioned, UK Foreign Secretary Liz Truss is actually participating in the EU foreign ministers meeting this afternoon. That's the first time that the UK has participated in an EU council since Brexit, so that's quite significant. And really, it's showing the degree of unity between the EU and NATO right now, and in particular, the degree of coordination. Now, aside from military issues, the foreign ministers will also be talking about sanctions. They're going to be talking about the implementation of sanctions that's been happening in national governments over the past days, and also they're going to be talking about potential new sanctions. There are rumors that they might be talking about blocking Russian ships from EU ports. There's a number of other measures, perhaps adding more people to the list. So it's possible that by the end of today, we may have a further sanctions package announced by the EU.
All right, Dave, thank you very much. Dave Keating reporting from Brussels.